I'd like to welcome everybody to the November MathEd Forum from the Fields Institute. Hopefully you're all doing good wherever you are joining us from. My name is Paul Alves. I am one of the members of the Fields Math Organizing Committee. I teach secondary school in Brampton, and I'm also a member of the OME Board of Directors. I'm going to turn it over to my partner for today and let him introduce himself, and then we'll go through some of the introductory slides.
Good morning, everyone. I'm the other co-host, Michael Frankfort here. Similar to Paul, I am also on the organizing committee, Math Fields, and I'm also on the board of directors for OME. I currently work at the York Region District School Board just north of Toronto, and I'm a curriculum consultant with half of my portfolio in math, the other half in whatever else they decide to put on, and very excited to have everybody here today. So thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Michael. That's awesome. All right, let's move to the next slide there, Mike. And we'll start with our land acknowledgement for the land on which the Fields Institute sits. We would like to begin by acknowledging that the land on which the Fields Institute for Research in Mathematical Sciences resides is part of the treaty lands and territory of the Mississaugas of the Credit. We would like to acknowledge and express gratitude to the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation of the Anishinaabe peoples who continue to share their ancestral lands with us. Thank you, Mike. And just some of the ground rules this morning, as we, again, spending a couple of hours together. Please leave your microphone on mute unless you are sharing. If you'd like to unmute and maybe ask a question or share a comment with the rest of us, please keep your video off unless you are sharing again. It helps with the bandwidth and make sure everything's running smoothly. Engage in respectful discourse and create a positive collegial atmosphere. All right, thanks, bye. Some of the initial reports that we'd like to share with you. This is from the Fields. The Margaret Sinclair Memorial Award, recognizing innovation and excellence in mathematics education. The award is open for nominations, and you can see the deadline there on the screen. So if you want to nominate someone, the information is, I believe, and maybe Charles or maybe Miroslav can, or Kitty, I think Kitty's online too. Where is the information for that? Would that just be directly off of the Fields MathEd website?
That's right, Paul. And we'll post the link in there.
Okay. Perfect. Okay, thanks, Miroslav. Thanks, Charles. Awesome. There, Pam's perfect. Thank you. So there you are, folks. If you want to kind of note that the Margaret Sinclair nominations are open. They'll close January 15th. Some other reports to share with you from OME. The annual conference, I think speaker proposals just closed recently. And the conference is a full go, chugging forward May 8th, 9th at Ontario Tech University out there by Oshawa. I would imagine that if you have submitted a speaker proposal, that those decisions will be coming probably in January-ish, and registration for the conference probably open up in February, hopefully. There you go. Thanks, Cal. OME speaker proposals closed tonight. So if you've got something you want to submit, make sure you get it in tonight. And yeah, we're looking forward to another great conference at Ontario Tech. On OME Talks, Season 7 of OME Talks, the podcast is ready to go. So 2 episodes have already been dropped. The episodes focus on coding in the classroom with Derek Tancredi and Chat OME with Cal Armstrong, one of our panelists for today. So check those out. OME Gazette, the Gazette is always looking for submissions. Our editor, Tim, is always looking for submissions for the Gazette. So consider submitting a piece that focuses on maybe your research focus or maybe something you're doing in the classroom. Some of you might be classroom teachers that may be of interest to teachers in Ontario and beyond. So, and details, well, I think it's a little further down here too. The OME elections to the board of directors. Nominations are now being accepted. The deadline is January 16th. So there's a fair number of positions there that we're looking for. One in specifically that might have some resonance with some folks. Yes, it is, Anna. It is primarily in person. Maybe Cal can add something. I don't know if there's going to be a digital or an online. I don't know if we're going to be recording sessions as we did in the past. So the elections, there is one position up for a college representative. So if there are any folks or friends from uh, the college panel, I'd invite you to maybe consider submitting a nomination. But there are some other positions open on the board as well. The including elementary directors and secondary directors. So if we have some friends from those two panels, I'd invite you to take a look at those nominations. And all information on all of these things can be found at oeme.on.ca. The first year math and stats in Canada, check out the webpage for the winter schedule of the online meetups and also for announcements about the one-day FYM SIC conference in May. And then lastly, the CMESG. I'm thinking of last week, Egan had a talk at the CMS online about the acronyms in Canada, and I'm starting to feel overloaded with acronyms right now. So next year's CMESG meeting will be June 13th to 17th at the University of Lethbridge. Okay, thanks, Cal. Yeah. Okay, so there might be a virtual option. So stay tuned, Anna. So hopefully we'll have something there, and maybe we'll share it at this forum once we do know. Thanks, Michael. Maybe let's pop to the next screen.
Yeah, just trying to hit it here. It looks like there we go. Our schedule for today, we're continuing with our introductions, and we give you a bit of a structure of today, and then we're going to do our three groups of panelists today. Pam and Sean will be around 10:15, discussing their presentation in terms of math is everywhere, including music. We then have Anna, Ksenia, and Lynn. We're going to be talking about how do educators' reflections on problem solving inform our understanding of teaching problem solving. And then Cal will be talking about what's been learned from 6 months of AI conversations with mathematics educators. And we'll provide a little bit of sort of chat after each of the sessions. And then after our 10-minute break, a 5-minute break, I jumped too soon, we'll do more of a big panel discussion moderated by Paul and I, and then we'll be wrapping up by 12 o'clock today. So we've got a tight but exciting schedule.